I'm like, I don't know about you guys, but like, okay, I should have put them up. I can't read a thing without my glasses. Oh, okie dokie dokie. Let's go ahead and settle in. Once you are to your back, we are going to keep the elbows bent and press a little bit through the upper arms. Now lift your right hip up, lift your right shoulder blade up, and slide it down towards the hip. As you come to your back, let's press through the left upper arm, lift the left glute, and then slide that one down, or slide the shoulder blade down. We're going to take the left hand to the navel and the right hand to the center of the chest. When you breathe, think about maybe try to get about a third to a half of the breath down in the belly. And then roll it up into the chest. And you can even tilt your tailbone a little bit to do that. And then when you exhale, feel the heaviness of that right hand on the heart. Let the breath leave. And then the heaviness of the right hand. So we're just going to go to that breath. Ready? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Tilt that tailbone just a bit. Belly full of breath. Then move it to the chest. And release it the opposite way. Focus on lengthening the breath. Equaling inhale and exhale. Now do a quick switch of the hands. With the left hand to the heart, the right hand to the belly, but stay with that same motion, that same breath. Maybe you can start to make the spine feel like a cat and a cow action. Then slide the hands up, but take them out to the sides. It's like a lowercase t with the palms facing up. Stretch out with the arms for a moment. Spread the pinky fingers and the thumbs and reach and let the arms hover for a moment. Take a breath in and out. And then soften your elbows to bring the as much of the back of the arm and shoulders to the mat and hand as you can. Now from here, go ahead, when you're inhale, get that hover of the arms, the stretching out. And as you exhale, plant the right hand on the chest and then the left hand on top. Let's breathe out. Have that almost hover feeling. And the left hand, or then the right hand. Back again. Work on really filling up the body with breath, and then hands on the heart. And again. And hands on the heart. Reach out, bend the elbows a little bit, and bring as much of the back of the arms to the mat as you can again. And this time, walk the heels in and send the hips up towards the ceiling. We're going to slide the arms up overhead, thumbs facing down, and then slowly snow angel the arms and roll the spine. As you come down and flatten that lower back, pick up the right knee, hook it into the chest, and then as you set it down, reach out with the arms, set them down, that soft bend, press through the back of the arms as the hips lift up. Slide the arms up overhead. Now thumbs are down, you're reaching through the fingernails. And roll and snow angel down. Manipulate the spine. And then pick up that left knee. Just kind of hook it up into the chest. Arms will go out to the sides. Reach out with the arms first. Retract them down. Send the hips up to the ceiling. Sweep the arms up overhead. Take a deep breath here. And snow angel and roll down. We're going to pull that right knee back up into the chest again. Hook it in and then stretch the left leg down the center of the mat. Press out with that heel. Pull with the arms. And see if you can push that left thigh down a bit. Maybe you can already go into a little bit of a hip flexor stretch. Then take the left hand to the right knee, but turn the right palm down when you bring your arm to the side. We're going to do our rolling circles. Come across with that left or right knee to the left. Anchor the left palm down. Now stretch the leg out and then drive the right knee to the right elbow. Use your core and pull it across and stretch it out. Come on back up to the right knee to right elbow. Pull it across. Stretch it out. Let's do it again. Come across. Now take that left hand, plant it on top of the right knee again. Now resist a little bit with your right hip. Start to pull your right hip a little bit back towards the mat, and then a gentle tug with the knee. Once you kind of lock that in, then you can roll a little bit further to the left and take your gaze to the right. As you take your gaze to the right, breathe in and out. Distribute that stretch along the spine. When you roll to your back, let's hook that knee back up into the chest. Then the left knee and plant the foot down. Arms will go straight out to the sides. You can adjust your tailbone and head, make sure they're in the same line, and then breathe out again. Reach, and then retract. Send your hips up to the ceiling. And sweep the arms overhead. Now take a nice deep breath again. And snow angel the hands. Synchronize it with each vertebra on the way down, and then pick up the left knee. Again, we're going to hook it into the chest. And then stretch out with our right leg. Keeping the right hand on the left knee, turn the left palm down and take it across. Now again, we're going to get this idea that we want to kind of let the hip come back an inch or two towards the left side, and then give just a gentle, gentle pull with the knee. So you're just kind of locking that leg in, locking the core in, locking the spinal extension in. Stretch the leg long, drive it left knee to left elbow, swing it across. Second time, stretch it out, drive it up, swing it across. Let's do one more. Stretch it out, drive it up. Once you're across, take that hand again, kind of lock in that hip. So you let that hip go back just an inch or two, pull with the right hand, and then you can let as much of the upper body come off the mat as it feels comfortable to do. When we roll to our back, again, just hook and pull that knee up to the chest, and let's bend the right knee. Okay, right here, we're going to slide our upper arms to the mat and hug them to the rib cage. Palms face to each other, fingertips to the ceiling, and then slowly bring your left foot down and walk your heels as close to your sit bones as you can. Press through the upper arms, pull the shoulder blades towards you. You might arc the spine up a bit. Now we are going to send your hips up to the ceiling again. This time, really press through the feet and the upper arms and squeeze the glutes at the top. Let's stay wiggle the shoulder blades in, and in this bridge position, spread the fingers, press the arms down, press the feet down, and squeeze the glutes. Stay for a few breaths in this kind of modified bridge. Let each breath kind of intensify anything back of the head, back of the arms, feet touching the mat. But now we're not going to roll the spine, we're going to set the spine down. When you inhale, send the fingertips up and the hips down. When you exhale, try to recreate that bridge that we just did. Inhale, hips go down and arms go up. Exhale, drive. Hips go up and arms go down. And repeat. Two more. One more. Now, take the arms up overhead. Reach through the arms, thumbs down, and roll the spine. Roll and roll and roll and roll and roll. Flatten the lower back. Hollow the belly. Pick up your right knee. We are going to clasp, pulling that knee in. And then bring the chin to the knee. Now, right here, you can grab behind the knee, up at the ankle, or over the arch of the foot. When you bring your head and shoulders back down, slide the leg off to the side, off the rib cage, and then create a bit of tension between the hands and the leg or the foot. Few breaths here. The leg pushes, but the entire body resists. If you can think after a breath or two on your exhale of lengthening that tailbone away from your head, and then possibly, if you wish, trying to stretch that left leg out. Press out through the heel and down through the thigh. Then bend that left knee up, but take the right ankle across. We're gonna thread the needle around that left leg, both arms around, tuck the chin in. And when we release this, right here, plant both feet down, both upper arms down, and then float the arms up. Inhale here, exhale, drive the hips up. Inhale, lower the hips, reach with the arms. Squeeze those glutes at the top, drive through the feet. One more. Bring the arms up overhead. Oh, sorry, lift the hips. Snow angel the arms down. Just roll. Pick up that left knee, just hook it in. Bring the chin up. You can grab behind the thigh, at the ankle, or over the arch of your foot. Then when you come back down, see if you can just kind of slide the thigh off the rib cage, off to the left, and then anything touching the mat as the foot presses into the leg presses into the hands or the arms. Excuse me. You're going to lengthen the tailbone. Very internal feeling. And then if you wish to try, lengthen out with that right leg. Press out with the heel, down with the thigh, and up with the left leg. Now, again, bend the right knee, take the left ankle across. We're going to wrap around that right leg, tuck the chin in, and just breathe. When we unwind from here, grab both knees, clasp the hands, and hug in. Roll over to one side and start in a table position. So you're in your table position. Drop the belly down, belly full of breath here. Open the collarbone, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then drive the navel up. And we're going to roll back to sit bones to the heels, elbows to the mat, and pull ourselves through. Belly full of breath here. Roll and come back. Down. Pull and roll. Now this time stay in your table. Curl the toes under and press up into down dog. Go deep into the hips, bend the knees, and then walk your dog a little bit. Just go ahead and lift the heels, lower to the knees, nice and slow, round through the back, and pop your hands right up. From here, we're going to bring our right leg forward, have the thumbs facing up, reach through the fingertips and tuck that chin in. Now press forward into that front knee, and then turn the palms and come to a kneeling warrior. Sweep the left arm, pull the navel in, Come forward. And then reverse it with right arm back, left arm forward. Take the left hand down, lift the left knee. We're in a nice lunging twist. Pull the right foot forward, plant the heel, and rise to warrior. See if you can go deep into this right hip and then exalt straight up from the hip. Get that stretch. Wrap the left arm behind your back and then come forward. As the elbow comes down, play tug of war between your right knee and your right elbow, and then turn your gaze past your left shoulder. You can then press that back of the left hand into the center of the back and deepen the twist. And then press up through the right leg and expand the arms to Trikonasana. Wherever that right hand lands, whether it's on the upper thigh, the shin bone, the foot, the floor, just keep that crease of the right hip nice and deep and lengthen the right lower rib cage. Let's sweep the left arm back. Both hands to the ground, and when you go into down dog, bend the knees, deepen the crease of the hips, and pedal the feet a few times. Try to hold the core nice and strong, and then slowly bend into the knees. We'll pop those hands right up, turn the thumbs back, and bring the left foot forward. Now really tuck into the navel and stretch into this kind of plank-like feeling from tailbone to back of the head. And then up into your warrior and sweep around again. Focus navel and lower lumbar spine is not arcing, it's actually lengthening. And then reverse. Bend at the waist, let that right leg lift up and lock in that left hip for your twist. We're going to slide the right foot forward a bit, take the right arm back. We are in warrior. Exalt, deepening the crease of that left hip. Hold the arm across your back and then come down. We're going to play tug of war here. Push the left knee in, push the right elbow into that, and then turn to look behind you. You can use that hand on the lower back, lengthen the lumbar spine and take that twist, and then straighten the left leg, and wherever you land in Trikonasana, open up into it. Reach for the ground, slide back to down dog. Just for a moment, drop deep into the knees, the ankles, the hips. Think about really stretching that lower abdomen. Dropping the head. Lift the heels, lower down to the knees. Let's go ahead, pop our hands up and bring the right leg forward. Again, activate at the thumbs, kind of reach and come forward. And then kneeling warrior. We're going to tuck even deeper, really get that hip flexor engaged. Reach and then reverse. This time, drop the left arm back. Let's bend the elbows, clasp the hands, and bring the crown of the head towards the ground. Kneeling humble warrior. If it feels safe to, do little circles from your left knee to your left hip, first clockwise, and then counterclockwise. Just notice what happens in that right hip. And then lift up just a little bit. Plant the left hand, drive into it as the left knee lifts, and twist. We're going to slide that left foot up just a bit and come into warrior again. And then touch the palms at the top, pick up the ball of the right foot and turn with the left. You want to get this feeling as if you're reaching up and finding your center line from tailbone to fingertips. Then work the left arm back. Palm down and bend into the left knee. So your body heads to the left and you're going to reach with your right arm and then find the center line with that right hand. Plant it halfway between your right foot and your left foot. Glide yourself to the center and push into the hand as you twist with your left. Now you can press out of your legs. Use that tension that you create between your shoulder blades and let it assist the twist. How active can you push into both feet and your right hand? And then eventually bend back into that right knee. We're going to reach now with the left knee. Left knee, left knee, left knee. Then let the left hand replace the right and swing yourself all the way over to the right knee. Now, right from here, as you go back to your centers, how much can you push into this left hand and twist to the right? Then press out of the legs, but also drive down into your hand. Can you feel some action, some core action from solar plex to pelvic floor? And then bend into both knees and let both hands come down. From here, we're going to slide both hands to our lower back and lift up from there. Now, slide your hands down towards the glutes. Hollow the belly a bit, but open up the chest. And as your hands are pressing and kind of lengthening the tailbone towards the ground, can you open the heart, squeeze the elbows, and look up. Keep this a bit of an open chest as we lift our right heel, then adjust the right foot, and then just slide the left one over. From here, bring the foot up a little bit and rotate this left hip forward. And then bring the hands up again. If you can bring the palms together, fine. Otherwise, arms aside. But see if you can drop your tailbone, hollow the belly, and look forward 45 degrees or upward. Virabhadrasana 1. Then lower the chin so you're looking down more towards in front of your foot a bit. And come out, and we're going to do a second humble warrior, this time from a stand. Start with clasping your hands and planting your knuckles into your sacral bone. Then bend the back leg and the front leg a little bit, and let's hollow the belly, rebend the right knee, and press back into that left foot for a humble warrior. Breathe deep into this. Move the breath into your back body. Then release the hands. Your hand could come anywhere, block, floor, leg, and open into Trikonasana. So you can really deepen the crease of that right hip and expand into this left side. Just like when we're in our wide angle, you want the bottom ribs to lengthen and become stable, and then expand the breath into the left side. From here, we're going to take the left hand forward, adjust the right hand, and go into down dog for a few breaths, hollowing the pit of the arms, hollowing the belly, and going deep into the bend of the knees, the ankles, and the hips. Let's lower ourselves down. Add on a couple little cat and cows here now, but focus from solar plex to pelvic floor instead of from head to tailbone. So belly full of breath, and then pelvic floor, right to solar plex. Get that bit of a core engagement. Back into the breath again. Very similar to when we do our breath work in Utkatasana. So a lot of times when we're starting and we're doing cat and cow from table, you'll do tailbone to head. But now try to really get that breath and that strength and that respiratory diaphragm connecting. Let's pop our hands right up, bring the left leg forward. Open up the hands and kind of turn a little bit, and then lengthen the lower lumbar spine as you come forward. We're going to come here, kneeling warrior, sweep it forward, reverse kneeling warrior. Then bring that right hand back, bend the elbows, place your knuckles right into your sacral bone. We're going to do a kneeling warrior here. So we're bringing the crown of the head down, hollowing at the abdomen, and then moving the arms away. See if you can stabilize in your base, and then maybe do clockwise circles from your right knee to your right hip. And then counterclockwise circles. And as we release from there, take that right hand down. You're really locked into that left hip for the twist. And then bring the right foot forward just a bit for warrior. Drop deep into that hip, up the spine, touch the palms. We're going to pick up the ball of the left foot, the heel of the right foot, and lengthen that lumbar spine. Hollow the belly, find your center line, and then bend to that right knee. The right arm's going to go back, and then once you're here, center line with that left hand. Bring it down. As you glide your hips to the center here, drive into the left hand and twist at the ribs. Add on the right arm. And then press down equally through the 3 points as you create a deep, deep twist. Start to bend into your left knee. Way over with the body, and then reach with your right hand. Let it replace the left hand. Glide to the center. And then pushing into the hand, get that twist. Push out of the legs, out of the spine, into that right hand, Breathe deep. And then bend both knees to bring that left hand forward. We're going to bring the hands to our lower back and lift ourselves right up. Now, see if you can kind of glide the tailbone down, fingertips just kind of supporting that feeling. Then squeeze the upper arms, press out of the legs and open up from solar plex to throat, and maybe you can turn your gaze slightly upward. So when we are doing Virabhadrasana 1, there's that feeling as if from solar plex to pelvic floor, you are stable and contracted, and from solar plex to throat, you are expanded. Now, from here, pick up the heel of the left foot, then the ball, and then we're gonna hop this right foot over, rotate, rotate. We're deep into the crease of that hip, tailbone is to the ground, and then arms become engaged. You can look downward, forward, 45 degrees, or completely upward. As the gaze comes back from here, we are going to come down, rebend the elbows, plant those hands, or the knuckles actually, right into that bone, right in the center of the hips. And then see if you can soften both knees for a moment. Just for a moment, feel that back knee soften a little bit. So you have some space to hollow the belly, then re-bend into that left knee, a little deeper left hip, and press out of that right leg for a humble warrior. Now we just want that breath to be moving into the back body and having a stable base. When we release our hands from here, open into your Trikonasana. Your left hand can go anywhere, but your spine is extending. You're expanding into the right side and anchoring into the left side. Then both hands get to come forward. We're going to glide back into down dog one more time here. Maybe you can stay in complete stillness for a moment and let breath and mind explore for a moment. Complete stillness. In the outer body. Lots and lots of movement in the breath, in the visceral body. When we lower the knees here, we are going to pop our hands right up and then move our left hand behind us and our right hand in front of us. Bend solely at the waist and plant that hand, and then move that left foot out. Okay, we're going to try to find the sole of that foot, but this arm is back here and this one is connected. And then go ahead and move to the left, kind of back to your right heel, just a couple of times. Just see about moving into this leg here. And then the next time you head to the left, pick up the palm, turn it, and slide the entire arm down, and then explore that connection to your left foot. So you have the entire back of the right arm down. You have your left foot, and then wrap that left arm behind your back. Just like we did in our side angle. Take a few breaths, pressing down with the right arm, lengthening the spine and twisting along it. We're going to plant that left hand down, let the right one meet it, and kind of bring them both to the center. And now circles, head to the right or to the left, then to your right heel, then to both hands. Let's reverse it each time. Right heel, left foot, hands. Left foot, right heel, hands. Each time. Now full circles. Stay one direction and then switch your direction. Now, let's pull that knee in, pop our hands up, and then move the right arm behind and the left in front. We're going to take that right foot over and bend at the waist. Now this hand is back here. We're just going to explore for a moment. Just kind of bend over to the right, come back a little and see what is in the outer part of the leg, the inner, the groin, the foot. And then the next time that you head over, pick up that hand, plant it, or back of the hand, and find the entire back of the arm. We're going to twist from that place, find your base, press down into the left arm, down into the right foot, and then twist, and then find that stretch both along the spine and along the right leg. Now, when we're unwinding from here, we're going to bring that right hand and then the left hand and just finish up with this. Weight on the hands, to the left heel, to the right, and hands, and back again. Just kind of get that feeling of circle, circle. And then start to do a circle, full circle, and do a couple more, but then completely reverse the circle. And when we pause after those circles, bring that knee back, separate the hands to table. Now simply from solar plex to tailbone, open up the belly to breath. Tuck from the tailbone to the solar plex on your exhale. We're going to use these last few breaths to fully and completely manipulate breath from solar plex to pelvic floor, and notice each vertebra through the motion. And find neutral. Sweep the feet around to one side and into a seated position. As you stack the hands here, lift the collarbones and just one breath. Lift up, anchor down, and a pause. Bring the palms together and namaste.